I'm just gonna do a random video. I thought today was the day that server maintenance was gonna happen, and I was wrong. It's actually going to be tomorrow. So we will play around. It looks like he's going to launch a nuke. I think this headset might be going in the trash soon. Let's see if I have a different headset. Alright, so we will try this headset. Oh, goody, load screens like usual. Alright, this is one of the first events I like doing when I get on a server, just because you got a chance of a rare outfit. I have yet to get it, but I believe it's the Force Camo jumpsuit. It's also really good if you need to do, like, making gunpowder and stuff like that, because you get 100 cloth per cargo drop. That and it's simple. Oh, that's why I'm not hearing any sound. I had my surround sound off. There we go. So I did actually get a couple new pieces of armor that I'm considering trying out. One of them doesn't have AP refresh, but I've been considering making a bolstering build just to see how well it does for something like the Queen or the Sheep Squatch event. But I'm gonna assume probably Sheep Squatch it's not gonna be very good, since I believe she does energy and radiation. Or, no, she just does energy damage. So I'm not going to be very hopeful on her. But we'll give it a try. You never know, this game does have goofy quirks to it where it could actually be a little beneficial. It really sounds like I need to reconnect my Bluetooth. Oh, damn, everything got reset. I may have had a power hiccup while I was gone. But not gonna worry about that right now. So this quest goes, or event goes pretty quickly now. It used to be that when we would do these quests or events, either it would be server lag or the programming was just absurdly slow. So this particular event used to be a very boring one. Just because the waves would, man, those waves would just take forever. But now we get to actually do stuff. And I don't have to spend half the day talking about random crap while killing Scorched and waiting. Whee!
Attention responders. Cargo bot is now on final approach. Eyes to the sky, people.
Nice. Yeah, you're gonna hear my cat probably in the background meowing. She likes to go ahead and find some bottle caps and act like she's hunting. So I do apologize for that if that happens. And does not look like we got anything worthwhile on this. Nope. Unyielding strength, I probably do. Probably not the best time to ask. What should I knock out? Should probably see what today's challenges are. Been wanting to get that wood wall skin, but 800. So maybe I'll get the bar or something. I'm not sure. Not really worried about it at this point. This is a random spawn area, and I check there every now and again. Every now and again you might be able to find something worth a few thousand. Right now it's not looking like it. I see one of my favorite events. AWOL Armaments gives you a pretty good chance of getting a 3-star legendary, at least in my experience. I get a fair amount. It's not typically anything good. But you can always scrap it whenever your time's up. So whenever it's time to go ahead and do your scripts, follow up with all the legendary crap items that you don't need. This is actually a pretty good area to get screws as well. Screws, fiber optics, and all that fun stuff. I would love to find a couple more builds. I have a melee build that's pretty freaking overpowered, then I have this one. Kind of want to try something new. Ooh, we got a 3-star legendary back there. I will take it. Oh, crappy 1-star. That's alright. Something's better than nothing. Sometimes a good idea to just go ahead and blow up these trucks. If you don't do it early on, it'll knock all those, excuse me, robots around. Obviously not your lucky day. Oh, look at that. Easy atoms. Now, a lot of people complain about the atoms and that they don't earn them fast enough. And really, it's actually kind of easy. I mean, Bethesda is pretty relaxed about it. Some people agree, some won't. Based on opinion, I'm one of those people who actually like having a challenge. So overly free things, always getting a 3-star item, all that stuff, it doesn't really matter to me. I just kind of go for fun. If you want, while you're here, a decent acid farm, check these meat piles. Like that blood proboscis, that'll give you, that's also a quest item, which I can knock out that in a couple minutes. But if you don't want to do the backpack quests and stuff like that, you can always scrap that and get yourself some acid. I usually keep about 5 of each on in my stash, just so like one day if I don't feel like playing or something like that, I can always go back to my stash, go ahead and grab it, do the quick quest, and I don't even have to worry about anything. Looks like somebody already did the plastic farm over here. Usually I don't have the live event comments on the side, but I figured it's been a little while since I've done a live event, and give people a chance to be able to do questions if they feel like popping in and watching or not. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so we got that one. Thoughts on parade. Haven't done that one in a while. Let's check out the Enclave real quick. Maybe we'll find something that's worth buying and doing a resell on it. I do know that some of my videos are kind of long, and that's going to be based off preference. I mean, some people really like long videos, other ones prefer really short and to the point. Me personally, I like longer videos, ones where you know, if it's something I need help with or I don't understand, somebody takes the time to explain it. Or the other side of it is if I just don't feel like playing and I just want to vegetate, you know, I don't have to hit play all the damn time. I've never really been a fan of horribly short gameplay. There goes a little lag glitch. Check back here. Nope, nothing. You'll see occasionally I'll pick up those Nuka Quantums, and the main reason why I do that is if I ever get to the point and feel like making those vintage Nuka Colas, I can go ahead and do that and do a resell for between 75 to 100. It's just another easy way to make caps. I actually think this game has entirely too many easy ways to make caps. I get that some people struggle with the game, and you know, that's fine. I never understood why people want to rush through the game. Yeah, nothing worth getting. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Let's go in my stash box. Grab one of these bloat flag glands. I already got a blood bug proboscis. Grab a stingwing barb. And all I'd have to do now is go by the Dolly Sods. I do this quest because it gives you a chance to earn those badges for the backpacks and stuff. With Wastelanders coming out and stuff, people are going to be subjected to going through that whole quest line again, and the people who just don't feel like doing it, you could always go out there, buy whatever it is they're looking for, and sell it to them, or do a trade. For the most part, people are going to be looking for the high capacity backpack mod. Easy acid. Get this guy to talk. Grab some quick plastic. Some screws, lead, aluminum, lead, adhesive copper, lead, plastic, and lead. Now all we gotta do is come out here, kill a tick. Why it's damaged so much is beyond me. He's been munching on someone. You do need to kill these ticks before they start glowing red and stuff, or you're gonna end up watching them blow up versus actually give you the part that you need. We'll check what kind of stuff is up here. Nothing good. Got a teacup. One of the things I like grabbing the most is copper. I'm not sure what people use so much copper for, but it's one of my best sellers. It's probably those people who use energy weapons or making energy ammo. I've never actually had a high use for it. Nothing worth even picklocking for on that one. Occasionally you might find a magazine on these magazine racks. Sometimes there's one back here. Yep, right there. You know, I'm kind of curious how many of those badges I have. It's been a while since I've even looked. Ooh, I'm getting lucky with these 3 stars today. I've had this 3-star, I think was yesterday. Damn thing turned into a 0-star. Oh, let's check how many of those badges. So I got 13 of them. 13 should be enough to get all of them. All the plans. Or, well, one of all the plans. Man, this guy must be struggling. I think we're gonna hop by and do our own nuke. I could solo the sheep squatch again, the imposter sheep squatch. I guess that's an option. My luck, I'll be halfway through doing a nuke and the nuke will launch. Snallygassers. Should be 3 of these things. Where's the other one?
Is there anything better than raw asbestos?
Scrap everything before we get started because you don't want to get weighed down overly too much when you go in a nuke silo, or you're going to end up having a bigger problem later on where you're going to have issues fast traveling out. And I have too much stuff, I may need to download some. Before we do that, little thing on weight management. If you got the materials and you have some legendaries, go ahead and just put it on ultra light if you have it available. So this one went from whatever standard was, we'll just say it was like 5 or 6 pounds, dropped it down to 2.75. Raiders is done. 2.75, drop that down to 0.55. Chest is always heavy. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of that. I don't think there's anything you can do to make the base weapons any lighter, so we're just gonna keep it as is. What's our weight at? Alright. So let's go ahead and sell a few things. We'll get things going. Maybe I'll have some script left over where I can get rid of that chest piece. Nope. One off. What a shame. So if you're somebody new, go after the engines on these and I'll drop a hell of a lot faster. If you shoot the engines on the drone, they move a lot slower. This is kind of like a little trick jump. I sometimes can do it. We'll just go around.
Unauthorized access of secure transport container. Starting
At your service, sir.
Some people probably care about how much money they get and bounce back and forth from hard bargain, but I don't really care how much I make. This is what I don't understand. Look at that. Without hard bargain, I can sell a serum serum for 490 caps. I see people selling them for 200-ish. It doesn't make sense to me why somebody would lowball so bad when you can get a hell of a lot more for it just off a vendor. But they help me out because I can turn that around and sell it. Resell at least.
May I be of assistance?
That's not lowering enough weight.
At your
I
service,
think we're just gonna
sir.
sell that chest piece. That's 7 pounds. Let somebody else buy it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. I have a feeling it's a lot of these plants that I need to get rid of. Grenades, don't need those. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and launch a nuke. Normally I look at what levels the people are on the map before I launch a nuke, so I know whether or not I'm going to do a flex farm, legendary farm, or the queen, but I'm just kind of bored, so I'm going to launch a nuke. Interesting challenges today. I don't think that was there. Oh well, either way, I've explained nukes in the past. I'm just gonna do a quick run. I'm not gonna go through here and loot every damn thing that I find like I usually do. Although the lead we will take. You always take lead. Whether or not you need it, people are always buying this stuff. I personally go on Reddit and go on the trading community. I'll sell my stuff from there or trade it. I haven't been really doing that lately though, because there's really nothing I need. And look at my missile silos. See if I'm about to do one that's already been done. Because I'm not really seeing any cards that I need to be doing. Not in the usual places. Here I said I wasn't going to grab everything, and that's what I'm doing. Why am I not seeing the little blue cards? I wonder if somebody attempted to do it and ended up using them all. This may just be a bad server. Well, we'll do a nuke if I can find a blue card. If not, I'm not sure what I'll end up doing. Oh, there's one, so we can do a nuke. Go ahead and scan yourself, even though I think you have to wipe the, I don't know, I guess you don't have to wipe the card first. Usually I wipe the card first. Copper, always get the copper. So wipe it clean. Make our card, and I'll actually show the shortcut through the whole area for the first time. We're gonna bypass all the radiation and stuff. Sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes not. I usually just do the whole thing and do it the right way. I'm not really all that enthusiastic about it, so we should have enough points to just cheat our way through it. I am way overweight. So from this area, you kind of want to just stay crouched, especially if you're running around in a hazmat suit. These guys will gank up on you in no time. Do you want to deal with the turrets or no? I think we're just going to kill the turrets to be safer. Where are you? There we go. So the first door, you're gonna need to use your lock picking. It is gonna be always a level 3 lock picking door. Then inside there, you're gonna hack a terminal. Oops. Wouldn't be a horrible idea to close the door behind you. It's just one less thing that they're gonna be able to walk in and see you. There'll be 2 turrets on the sides. Alright, let's take our lock picking back off. Get our damage back up. And we need to hack this terminal. I'm not the best at hacking terminals. I know there's supposed to be a trick on them. I randomize things. I believe you pick a, let's say like this one, it says likeliness. So somewhere in there is a letter that can be used. Usually doesn't take horribly long to hack these things. You don't want to go 4 times in. Just go ahead and restart every time if you don't get it within the first 3 tries. That way you don't get locked out. The penalty is not long, but I become impatient. When you do this, also, the radiation does not shut down. So should you die, make sure that you have your radiation suit ready to get through there. Man, I hate hacking. And because I'm resetting it every time, the keyword changes. So this is seriously based off luck. Oh, that's something we could do. So inside these, you'll find a spot that kind of looks like that, and when you do it, it can reset tries, which honestly I should have done the first try, or it'll remove a dud. That does not seem like it's going to help me. Hacking usually doesn't take me this long, but going live, I'm sure that's probably why it's doing it. It's called my luck. I'm locked out. Oh, we got lucky. Alright, override the security lockdown. Hopefully other people will have better luck than I do. That now opens, and once the radiation disappears, you can put your gear back on. And let's put our fancy little helmet back on. This area, I like keeping something explosive on me. I swear they increase the range on the explosive radius. I've gone in here with a pistol and lit this place up. And obviously you can see the effects that it actually has. So much faster than having to go around, take each and every one of them out. Ammo's not horribly hard to make. So just go ahead and blow it up. It doesn't even need to be a horribly high weapon, just something with explosives.
Mainframe integrity at 50%.
There'll be turrets in here. As you could have seen the first time around, they can get kind of annoying to keep an eye on, especially if you forgot one. I could have sworn there was supposed to be one right there.
Mainframe integrity at 25%. Mainframe integrity compromised. Security protocol. Engineering team report to the operations center for immediate repair.
Last one for good luck. There'll be a scrap bench coming up. If you actually decide to go through and do the radiation room, there's a couple benches in there that you could have scrapped. Since I skipped that, I gotta wait till I get to this room. I can hear that I forgot one of the turrets. Alright, now we're not overweight anymore. So there's two ways you could do this room. You can either go around and pick up these mainframe cores, where you can just pick up the damaged ones and repair them. Steel is probably the easiest thing, especially in this place. I mean, everything has steel in this area. You can just repair it that way. See, already 3 scrap there, get some there. The bulk of the already repaired ones will be randomly throughout this room. So looking around and looking behind, like I know there's one over here. Oh, maybe not. Where was those things? They end up being in boxes and stuff like that. Me, I don't really care to spend the time doing that. So, oh shoot. I hate this computer area. Almost died. So we'll just take these. There should be about 15 of them. As you can tell, Fallout has a has an issue trying to keep up with me. Another crap legendary. You can go down to quest items, go ahead and repair them. I may already have some mainframe cores on me unless I dropped them. Well, they really are struggling to keep up. This is probably the one thing I do hate about doing silos is how slow they can possibly be. I don't think it has anything to do with people's connection or anything like that. I think it's Site Charlie's even worse. But it's specifically this room. Should you want to let your buddies in, you can use this access terminal and unlock that door. It gives them a shortcut, but keep in mind anybody who comes in this silo will be able to go through that, and it's a good way to have somebody steal your nuke. I would love for this thing to update. I wish you could hack these little things, just bypass this room. Well, since we're obviously on obviously on a standstill, we can be Mr. Gutsy. This can actually be a good farm area. These assault it depends on your gear, obviously. I don't struggle with these guys. But you could just sit here and let them endlessly spawn. And just keep looting them. Man, still waiting? Come on. They are not gonna make this easy on me. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this, and I'm gonna see if I shut down the... Oh, there we go. Now it's updating. This happened last time I was doing a nuke. They lagged so long. I was about to just leave the silo, then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, now you get your mainframe cores. Oh, thank you. I only waited forever for it.
Now constructing additional security units.
Alright, that should be enough. Slap those back in. Hopefully it doesn't make me wait another friggin' 2 days. Alright. Just need that last one. Probably hasn't been repaired, so we'll repair it real quick, slap it in, move on.
A level 4 security
Now the big question is the silo codes going to change by the time I'm done? I've had that happen one time before, and it drove me nuts.
Control room active. All stations standing by. Proceed to the launch control terminal to initiate the launch prep sequence.
Either way, even if they got the silos locked down because there's no code, it's still a pretty good farm. You get an absurd amount of tech data in here. You'll get lead and steel, copper, pretty much anything and everything. Oh boy, get out of that room. I personally like clearing this area out first before starting it. You can leave some stuff up, but it's a better idea to just go ahead and wipe everything out. Just make it a little bit easier on yourself. Alright, let's see if we got any codes. Okay, I think we do have some codes. Let's start her up.
Launch prep sequence initiated. All personnel take your station.
On average, a nuke silo, probably, depending how you want to play it, if you do a very fast rush, which I can make another video on that, I've been able to launch all 3 nukes in about half an hour. Half hour, 45 minutes, I should say. It can go very fast or it can go very slow. It just depends if you want to loot everything and how good your gear is. Like these Assaultrons, a lot of people struggle with them. So, yeah. This is the boring part.
Error. System unavailable. Launch prep required.
Containers looking like this specifically, whether it's on a desk or standing up, you have a pretty good chance of finding technical data, and go ahead and turn those on. I suppose you could just keep bouncing back and forth and turn them in all day, but I'm gonna assume that nobody's gonna have the patience to go through that on top of having to spin the traveling caps. That's a gutsy back here. You're gonna want to make sure you protect these guys. They could take a beating, but there's an Assaultron that likes to spawn and she ends up being invisible, so you never actually see her. And Barry Mentats, they fixed that a long time ago. It used to be Barry Mentats would highlight anything and everything. Now it only does it for supposed living creatures. Yeah, all of us kind of got a little disappointment today. We found out by a note release that Wastelanders is going to be postponed to the first quarter of next year. probably a good idea, especially considering they're basically remaking the entire game if you think about it. They're adding in new NPCs, they're doing legendary mode for players. I'm sure they're still developing that idea. I hope they don't go based off their first idea. But their first idea was when you reach a certain level, you can unlock a certain set of cards, but that player is not supposed to be able to use that card. You would have to make a brand new player to go ahead and be legendary mode. It sounds like it's going to be a lot like Call of Duty on prestige mode. I'm hoping it won't be anticlimactic. I would hope that the anticipation would be very much worth it. But they notified everybody and said that it's going to be postponed because they want to make sure it's nice and polished before they release it, which is understandable. I mean, anybody who's been here since launch, this game has been more than buggy. Luckily, at least it's not bad now. Not as bad. Where does that Voltron? Oh, really? They're crippled and you're still whacking at their ankles. Man, these guys just spawned out of nowhere. So I got three out of 5 chiefs out. I could replace 2 of them, but by the time they get replaced and get put to their spot, it's going to be a waste of time, waste of effort. The launch prep will be done by then.
Additional security required.
I would like to know where this last one is.
Launch prep complete. All systems nominal. Standing by for final authorization.
Alright. So, I think we're at Alpha? Should be. Yep, Alpha. Alright, time to nuke stuff. We could do a queen. We could bomb a good chunk of houses right there. That's kind of messed up though. I'm sure these guys are low level. I haven't seen anybody do White Springs in a while. I know there's some bugs going on with White Springs. I'm gonna end this video and we're gonna show the bugs in White Springs. So if you enjoyed the video, click like, subscribe, please share. You got any ideas that you want to see, go ahead and put it in the comment section and I'll look at it. As long as it's not something that's cheating or exploiting, I'll be happy to do it. Alright, have a good one, guys.